Here's your treasurehunt.ga Atlanta Braves starting lineup.
Oh, I'm not hearing anything on the app. Audio check. Runner on first. 2-0 to Cano.
Every now and then, Mike has a hiccup in the first inning.
See if I can bring in the
two-out walk to Alonso.
audio from the game.
And that's in for a high strike. It's 2-1. Sure
Damn.
Thought much of that pitch.
There it is.
Take it, 2 balls and a strike.
All right, runner on first. 2-1 count to Cano. Apologize for the audio issues. I think we got that straightened out now. Runner on first. Soroka with the 2-1 pitch. Cano chops that foul. 2-2. That sun looks pretty intense. Okay. Let's do this. Let's do it. All right, Cano digs in. Soroka takes the sign, rocks, and fires a fastball low, full count. So after a couple of ground outs, Soroka in a little bit of trouble here. Alonso takes his lead at first. Three-two pitch inside. Shit. Mike Soroka, the neck. With two on now, 2 outs, top of the first. All right, welcome aboard. If you're looking for the game on TV, we don't have any footage, or if you watch it on TV, you can sync us with your television. We're probably a good minute behind. I am the Bone Crusher, and the Braves are in the first inning here. Our final game against the Mets before we play the Blue Jays. Davis had a home run against us the other day. Swing and a miss there. That was outside, and he chased the off-speed pitch, 0-1. All right, we got folks up in the chat box now. Sports Diet in the house. What number is Cano wearing? I didn't notice. Let me... what color batting gloves? Next time you bat Sports Diet, I'll be sure to look. The 0-1 pitch, that's softly hit. And flip a second, piece of cake. Jacob deGrom coming up to pitch for the Mets. Everybody wants to see that, I hear. All right, we will get a check on the jersey number, batting gloves, and more. Going to take a quick break. The Braves will be batting next. Acuna leads off. Hang tight. All right, it's going to be the usual suspects for the Braves, leading off the top of the second. And that scoreboard does not look right on my screen. What the hell happened to my scoreboard? Son of a bitch. I'll have to fix that on the next break. Let's get back to it. They still haven't come back to the stadium. I'm eager. We're still in a network break. And a little bit of buffering going on. Hopefully that's going to straighten itself out here shortly. And this is not the normal channel, so you don't need to subscribe to this channel. I do have a link to the normal stream channel if you want to subscribe to that one, but you can always pound the like. You can subscribe to this one too. It will be the channel until August 22nd. All right, we are underway. Bottom of the first, and Acuna takes a 98-mile-an-hour fastball on the corner. Nasty. 0-1, so right off the bat, DeGrom flexing. Another smoker down the middle. Acuna gets a piece of that, fouls the 99er off. Shit. Downstairs. Also tonight I'm using Streamlab OBS, not the normal OBS, so I don't know if there's a setting issue or if it's my ISP, but I'm wondering if the buffering tonight's related to that. Outside, slider. So Acuna working his way back in the count. The 2-2 downstairs. This guy throws a 99-mile-an-hour fastball and about a 93 cutter. Full count, the pitch. And Acuna chases that away. It was a ball and he went fishing. 1 out. Yeah, what is the deal with the bit rate there? And Ozzy's going to swing and miss at the changeup. Is this guy supposed to be like really good or something? All right, YouTube not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. You're in a no buffer zone. Ozzy gets a piece of that, pops up to short center, out number 2. More like left field, but not very far. Yeah, Sports Diet, this stream is looking a little problematic. What's going on, brother? What's the deal with the bit rate there? Freeman chases the first one, 0-1. Change up. 0-1 to Freeman. 100 on the gun, fastball down the pipe, and Freeman can't catch up with it. 0-2. DeGrom not showing any respect to the Silver Slugger. 0-2 to Freeman. Swing and a miss on the changeup. Just a beautiful changeup there. Nailed the bottom. It was a strike too, and it nailed the bottom of the plate on an 0-2 pitch. Wow. And that's 3 out. Quickly. So the Mets will be batting next. We'll be right back, and God bless our stream health. And here comes the neck, Mike Soroka. And he's going to throw a strike, 0-1, to start off the top of the second. Smith is batting. And he's going to get a piece of that, but the shift is on, and he is out. All right. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Not a fan in sight. Still got the cardboard stuff, and I need to get an update and find out what's going on with COVID. What has our schedule been affected? We've got Toronto for 4 games starting tomorrow, and Soroka throws that way outside in the dirt. 1-0 to Ramos. And thanks for sticking around through the buffering there. Sports Diet. Yeah, I should have done a better job going through Streamlabs OBS and checking their settings. I bet there's some stuff I need to, like the frame rate and some of the video bit rates need to be turned down. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Slider down the pipe from Soroka. Counts 1-2. And yeah, I meant to fix that scoreboard. And Ramos is going to hit that right to the third baseman, which is Camargo tonight. And Camargo gets that over to Freeman in time. And I'm going to make another stab at the scoreboard of mine. Yeah, we got a scoreboard coming up for your ass. Soroka outside, ball one. So 2 out, nobody on, top of the second, 0-0. Andres Jimenez is batting. Jimenez. Down the pipe, 1-1. And he's going to pull that one. Grounds out to Ozzy. To Freeman in time. Quickly. 3 outs. All right, let's head down to the chat box here in a second. Now I'm so excited to get the scoreboard fixed. And there it is. Wow, holy shit. All right, still just the sports diet commenting below. Well, let's take a break and come back with more baseball. All right. And we are back. The first pitch, the bottom of the second, is a ball to Ozuna. Comes in with 3 home runs on the season, batting .324. That 99er was way outside. 2-0 to Ozuna. DeGrom was not intimidated by Freddie Freeman, and Ozuna is not intimidated by DeGrom. The 2-0 pitch. Slider, did not ring up a strike there. That did catch the lower end of the plate. So 3-0. May have missed that one. Adams lurking on deck. And the pitch to Ozuna. Outside. Yeah, I guess they called a strike there, even though that was a ball. So now we're even, okay? 3-1. The pitch to Ozuna. Hitter's count. He rips it 100 miles an hour, but foul. He's probably come the closest to catching up with it so far in the lineup. That's fouled again. Full count. Oop. And that's going to be fouled off. Still a full count. Ozuna hanging in there. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the second. 0-0. The 3-2 pitch to Azuna. And he fouls that one off, too. Another 99er. So Azuna's going to make DeGrom eat a lot of pitches here. Let's see if I can get back in the chat box. I don't know. I got kicked out. Again with the full count pitch. An amazing at bat and the changeup. God, Azuna way ahead of that changeup. Oof. It was bound to happen. Oh, ho, 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 ho. From 100 miles an hour to 85. So one away in the bottom of the second for Matt Adams. Matt can catch up with the fastball. And he misses the slider. I'm going to get back in the chat box here. The 0-1 to Adams. Another foul, 0-2. I mean, just got a piece of that one, barely. And now the 0-2 pitch to Adams. A little low, I guess. 1-2. There, back in the chat box. 1-2. Well, they had a shift on. The second baseman was basically in the outfield and throws him out at first. 2 away. And by the way, Sports Diet Cano's jersey number is 24. 24. And as he Darno now. Outside on the fastball to Darno. Facing his former club, the Mets. And he swings, he flails wildly at that 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Didn't really look very comfortable. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour slider, just painting the corner there. Another excellent pitch from DeGrom, who was mowing him down early. The 1-2. And there's a base hit. Sinai single up the center. Runner on first with 2 outs. 100-mile-an-hour fastball. And he, wasn't trying to do a lot with it, but got the bat through. He was anticipating 100, and nice. Darno on first. He's just as surprised as anybody that he hit that. Yes, I shit you not. He's very pleased, that piece of luck there. All right, it's Dansby Swanson with a runner on first. And Dansby is locked up by the 93 slider. Let us know where you're at in the chat box. Some people are listening in their car and they can't chat. That is understood. Otherwise, hit us up. Thumbs up. Shout outs are free in the chat box. The 0-1 pitch to Dansby. Swing and a miss at the slider outside. 0-2. A lot of 0-2 counts for DeGrom tonight. Dansby with a couple of home runs and 11 RBIs already this season. And batting .368. Another 0-2 situation. Outside. Check to swing. 1-2 to Dansby. We've got the first green light on our stream health all night long. So at this moment in time, everyone should be able to get a good non-buffering version of the show. 1-2 pitch to Dansby. Catcher sets up outside. DeGrom rocks and fires a nasty slider. And that's a strikeout. Wow, what a pitch. I mean, he is painting the corners, putting him where he wants it. Devastating change of speed. It's going to be a long night for the Braves hitters. All right, let's take a little break, and we're going to take a break Sizzler style. You ever eaten at that at Sizzlers? Yeah, well, they've extended the sneeze guard 3 inches for your protection during COVID-19, but you can still go breathe on their macaroni.
Back, gone! Slow head turn, even slower smile. You can't play baseball in a tree. Don't leave your daughter with the Gordon's fishermen, just saying. And don't make your grandkids wear stupid sailor hats. And the first transgender to appear in a Sizzler commercial. Anytown, USA. Going jogging with Ed Asner. An odd nautical theme for a steak commercial. Yeah, we're gonna go toast those Japs tomorrow, brah.
All over America, a quiet revolution has been taking place.
Women with short haircuts.
More and more, both parents are working and raising families.
I bet that guy is ordering some cocaine right now.
And Americans have rediscovered, are redefining what's really important in their lives. They want quality in their personal life, in their business life, in the goods they purchase, and in the food they eat. They want
shit-eating grins.
Quality food, and they want choices, variety.
If you don't like variety, we've got variety.
Americans want value.
Yeah. All right, we interrupt the Sizzler commercial to bring you baseball as the top of the third is underway. Soroka is going to throw a changeup for a strike over the inside corner of the plate. 0-1 to Rosario, who comes in batting .231 with 1 home run. Rosario is going to turn on that one and drive it into left field. Ozuna with an error as it gets past him. The runner will go all the way to fucking third. Are you kidding me? And that gets away from the third baseman, and then the ball rolls. At least they slowed it down enough where the runner did not go home. Holy fuck. Ozuna. What's going on there? Let's see what the mistake was. Ah, shit, man. Excuse me, fastball just outside. 1-0 to Nimmo. Upstairs, 2-0. So nobody out. A single turns into a 3-bagger. And the Mets are knocking on the door. 2-0 pitch from the neck. Fastball is fouled away. 2-1. Yeah, let's get that Atlanta Braves painting in the shot there. Outside, 3-1. Hitters count to Nimmo with a runner on third for the Mets. And there's a ball and a walk. All right, tough situation for Soroka. That error probably got to him. From the neck. All right. First and third, nobody out for the Mets in the top of the third. Threatening here. The neck trying to get out of the jam. That's going to be hit to left field. Base hit. It's in there. One run's going to score for the Mets. So Zuna gets it in pretty quickly, but the runner does get to third. Still nobody out. 1-0 New York, and they're going to be on second and third. And Zuna probably should have threw that second base, not third base. So that cost us a base. A double play opportunity is taken away now. So Alonso at bat, runner second, third, downstairs, 1-0. So we need to stop the bleeding here. Conforto on second. Nimmo, a.k.a. Finding Nemo, on third. And the pitch inside, fastball, 2-0 to Alonso. Boy, this could get ugly. What happened to my camera? Here comes a 2-0. Outside, 3-0. The neck is... You got to clear the mechanism, kid. And Cano with the orange batting gloves on deck. I know Sports Diet was wondering about that, if he's still here. All right, Soroka with a 3-0 pitch. He got to throw a strike, and he does. Fastball right down the pipe. Alonso waiting. He was not going to swing at that no matter what. But Alonso, a dangerous hitter, dangerous pitch count. Oh, that's a ball, but the ump missed that. He missed that because the catcher was set up inside and the ball was not where the catcher was expecting it, but it was a strike. So a bad call by the ump's going to load the bases. And the announcers are agreeing with me. Now, what they might not agree with me on is my view on the laser cam or the laser strike zone as there's a mound meeting right here. The laser strike zone would have gotten that right. So it's going to be Robinson Cano with the bases loaded. Nobody out. Soroka's going to have to reach down deep here. Outside by a country mile. 1-0. Welcome aboard. Glad to have you all guys along for Monday Night Baseball. It is 6:52 Central Time here on the Panhandle. Let us know where you're at in the chat box. Cano waits for the 1-0 pitch. Soroka takes the sign. Rocks and fires. And that is a changeup inside. Pulled foul. I mean, if I'm a New York hitter, I'm going to make Soroka throw some strikes. Show a little control before I start swinging anything that's on the edges. So Cano is probably thinking grand slam. He was trying to give it the old steroid jerk. It's a little different with the empty stadium. The 1-1 from the neck. Cano's going to pop that one up. Foul out of play. And we call Soroka the neck because of his elongated neck features. He appears to have extra vertebrae in his neck. He is a member of A-Bomb may be able to correct me on this, but the giraffe family, or is there a first name to the giraffe family? It's some sort of Jim Rome thing. But yeah, there's there's a bunch of players with long necks. And Cano fouls that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. So 1-2 count. At least Soroka's ahead in the count here. So he's maybe looking for the strikeout here. He needs to strike this guy out. And if you haven't, if you're just joining us, the Mets pitcher DeGrom tonight. Wow. 1-2 pitch. And that's going to be past the third baseman. Camargo couldn't get to it. 1 run will score. Ozuna fires that back in. And another run scores as Conforto crosses the plate. It is 3-0 Mets. And still nobody out in the top of the third. And it all started with a huge error by Ozuna. But that pitch was right down Main Street. That was not what the neck meant to do, pitch-wise. And it found the hole down the third base line. Well, crap. J.D. Davis steps in. He wants a little bit of this, and Soroka is trying to find some control tonight. And that's going to be hit. But Freeman's going to get one. Going to get the leading lady at second. And Soroka's hurt. He tried to break to first, and I guess he twisted something in his knee. He was hobbling around. Now he's down on 2 knees, and they're looking over him. But it was probably just, trying to make a sudden, quick movement. And, oh, man, they're going to have to help him off the field. That's bad. Maybe it's not his knee. It could be his Achilles heel, as the announcer just mentioned. Well, this is sad. That could be Soroka's entire season. And without 30,000 fans, this place is one silent, depressing place. Here's the replay. I don't even know if I want to see this. So it's chopped to first. Soroka, and he goes, and he just, he's on the side of the mound, and that's probably part of the problem. And you could just see, oh, fuck. Oh. Just a weird, Just a goofy little turf monster thing. He was just trying to explode over to first, and oh, that sucks. That sucks. We'll see what the report is, but it looks bad. Chris Russin is going to get the call from the bullpen, and he'll need some time to warm up. So let's collect ourselves and take a break here. More play-by-play reaction coming up on the Bone Crusher show. Tonight we're on our Fister channel. Normally we're on the Bone Crusher YouTube channel, but I'm in YouTube jail because I got busted airing some Taiwanese baseball, and I am in timeout for about 2.5 more weeks. But the show must go on, and I'm going to make a drive to the men's room. All right. So Soroka's hurt. He is out. Russin is pitching for the Braves now. He looks about warmed up. Well, he's still throwing some warm-up pitches here. So 3-0 Mets, who are still batting after the unexpected pitching change. Batters at first and third for the Mets. And Russin's still warming up. They're going to give him plenty of time here. All right, we're going to listen into a little bit of the discussion on MLB.TV.
The series tonight with the New York Mets. And I agree with you 100%, Jeff, in any season, but especially one like this. health is just such a big wild card because we are in uncharted territory. We don't know how the vast majority of players are going to come out of starting spring training, stopping it, 4 months off, 3.5 weeks of play, and then come back and compete at the highest level with so much on the line and so much professional pride for teams like the Braves and Mets who had high hopes going into this season.
Well, I think we just take for granted these guys playing healthy, and I think all year everybody's main concern is who's testing positive. You know.
Okay. Thank you guys for a little padding as we're finally back to action now. Yeah, the pitch to Smith is downstairs, ball 1. So there's 1 out. Let's reset this for you. Top of the 3rd. Mets batting, 1 out. Runners first and third. Score is 3-0 at New York. Mike Soroka just hurt himself, is out of the game. And that is downstairs 2-0. And this inning got started on a error by Zuna that allowed a single to turn it into a 3-bagger. And the Mets have capitalized and then some. All right, 2-0 pitch. And that's finally over the plate and pulled foul. 2-1. The 2-1 to Smith. Low. So hitters count for Smith, a chance for him to do some more damage to the Braves. Smith kicks and fires, and that is fouled off. Full count. All right, the full count pitch. Downstairs. That will load the bases once more for the Mets. Man, I am speechless at what is transpiring here in the 3rd. Unbelievable. All right, Ramos batting with the bases loaded. He pulls that foul. Double play gets us out of this inning. Let's hope for a double play, stop the bleeding, and get out of the top of the 3rd before anything else happens, before anyone else gets hurt. The 0-1 from Rusin. Downstairs. Just off the plate. Well, they may have to bring Fulnevich back. One. Ramos fouls that back. They may get a report on Soroka's injury before the end of the game. It happened so early. Chris Russin comes set. Here's the 1-2. And that changeup just low. Two and two is the count. Ramos stands in. Here's the pitch. He gets a piece of that line drive into center. That's going to fall in. Inciarte quickly fires it back in, throws it home. It's cut off, and 1 run scores. Well, at least only 1 run scored there. Inciarte got that back in there. But now it's 4-0 Mets. Still just 1 out as Alonso crosses the plate. So, Braves having a really hard time getting out of the third. They've given up 4 runs to the Mets, and the bases are loaded. Our infield fly here. That's popped up, so 2 outs. We'll take it, right? If you're just joining us, Mike Soroka started but hurt himself earlier in the inning. Kind of a freak accident trying to cover first base. Just tried to plant his foot, and it was awkward on the mound as he tried to go to first, and that might end his season. We'll hopefully find out soon what's going on. Outside to Rosario to start his at-bat, 0-1. And Chris Russin, he does not throw fast stuff here. He is a 80-mile-an-hour guy. And Camargo's going to gobble that up and throw it to first. And we finally, mercifully, end the motherfucking top of the third. It'll be Camargo and Inciarte batting next for the Braves. Son of a bitch. Can you believe what's going on in here? Hey, it's the Bone Crusher, and we're on the Fister channel tonight, August 22nd. We return to the Bone Crusher channel. So thanks for finding your way here. All right, guys. See if the Braves can get a couple back at least. And for the bottom of the fourth, we're going to turn over the live play-by-play call to the Braves broadcasting team. Here they come.
Ahmed Rosario is out of the game. And Luis Guillorme, the bearded wonder, is going to take over at third base. Not sure what's wrong with
The
Rosario.
lumberjack shop teacher. Who is this guy?
And Jimenez will move from third base to shortstop. If just joining us, sickening turn of events for the Braves. Mike Soroka and Jacob deGrom scoreless through 2 innings. Mike on a ground ball to first made a break toward first base and went down with an apparent lower leg injury. Don't know for sure what that is, but he was unable to put any weight on that right leg as he was assisted to the dugout by Brian Snitker and the Braves training staff. So it's 4-0 for deGrom, with Camargo, Inciarte, and Acuna coming up. And deGrom, after a long rest, fires a quick strike to Camargo, hitting 190 with a homer. 7 career hits against Jacob deGrom.
And this is where it's so hard because, you know, like you said, those players are feeling it like everybody else is right now. But at the same time, as I said, you got 21 outs, and you got to find a way to get a couple runs right here and try to stay in this ball game.
That's upstairs. In between innings, the Braves training staff did come to the top of the dugout steps, talked with Brian Snitker. I'm sure they have done all the tests on Mike Soroka. So Snit very well aware of the nature of Mike's injury at this point, as deGrom will field that one and flip to first for out number 1 here in the 3rd inning. That could have been a very comfortable play for Jacob deGrom, even though he's done it a million times. He saw what happened to Mike Soroka. And this is, again, not to be too melodramatic about it, this has to be one of the doomsday scenarios that Major League Baseball had to be worried about. And that is a lot of guys are getting hurt. Old guys, young guys have had some serious injuries. Nobody's fault. It's just such a freak season.
And that's a freak injury.
Yeah.
You know, when you talk about that, it brings back memories of Ryan Howard and the NLCS last out versus Cardinals.
Right. On the ground, another one for deGrom. Got rid of that one quickly. 2 outs.
You know, same thing. If you remember, Ryan literally just spun on a ground ball, and right when he pushed off, same thing. Just he couldn't move.
But that's the scariest thing for baseball when you talk about stars like you mentioned, Justin Verlander, Corey Kluber, Ken Giles, Ohtani for the Angels. Now Mike Soroka, just to name a few. As Acuna goes to work, top of the order for Atlanta. Ronald struck out his first time. He rides a 3-game hit streak into play tonight.
Well, I think early on, the first couple weeks for pitchers too, you know, it's tough because it's hard to say I'm going to throw 4 innings in 5 and you know you only got 60 games. These guys only know one speed, and that's ramped up, ready to roll.
Smoke to left and a base hit for Acuna. He turned that baby around. And a big turnaround first, and Ronald will stop there with 2 outs.
They got a 2-0 cutter right here, turned on it. Nice swing for Ronald. Starting to get his timing back, you can tell. Falls a little bit on the inner half, which I think is a good sign. The pitch I was talking about yesterday, Chip, that I feel like Ronald's having a tough time pulling the trigger on and being on time is that inside part of the plate.
Ozzie popped up his first time up, so he's 0 for 1.
All right, we got a runner on first.
Acuna with a good lead at first. Braves are down 4. And right there for a strike.
That's what I said. As an offense, you don't look. You'd love to get 4. Don't get me wrong in the next 3-4 innings, but at the same time, get a couple runs, get your get yourself back in this game and give yourself a chance for, you know, possibly some of the late innings.
Well, and get DeGrom out of the game if you can and take your chances with their bullpen. But that's much easier said than done. No balls and a strike. And you know, Jacob DeGrom is thinking about one thing tonight. I've got 4 runs. I'm not coming out of this game. We're not leaving Atlanta with a loss.
I'll throw 140 pitches.
If he has to, right. 44 so far. 4 strikeouts. And 2 strikes on Albies. ...100 miles an hour out of the stretch. Ronald's running, and the pitch is whacked foul past first. We'll do it again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. DeGrom ready with his 1-2 pitch. Ronald not going this time, and Ozzie swings and misses, and that'll retire the side. 5 strikeouts for Jacob DeGrom. We are off to the 4th inning.
All right, DeGrom's gonna be. He's a tough pitcher tonight. More play-by-play reaction on deck. Four to nothing Mets. Bone Crusher and the Claw here. This is my co-host Claw. He'll fuck up some Mets. So the Braves got their hands full. I don't know. I think Chip did such a good job with the play-by-play. I'm going to let him bring you some more of that. We are still in a network break, so let's head down to the chat box.
New York as we the 4th inning. Chip and Jeff with you here.
Their sound guy's having problems. What's that, dude?
If there has been a very bright spot in
all right, nothing going on in the chat box, so let's get back to Truett's Field, or whatever the hell this place is called.
And take away Julius Chassim's outing Friday. Last 6 games, bullpen with a .71 ERA, and you know, still don't know what's going to happen to Mike, but even more reason we need the bullpen to keep that streak up.
Chris Russin followed Mike Soroka after he was injured an inning ago. Luis Guillorme is in the lineup for the Mets. He's the 9th place hitter. Top of the order is Nimmo, and Brandon takes ball 1. Two and one for Brandon Nimmo out of Wyoming. No high school baseball programs in Wyoming. He played American Legion ball, and that's where the Mets discovered him. Family has a barn that they converted to a batting cage. Must have been fun to hit in Wyoming in February. But here he is.
Hopefully they had a heater in that thing.
I would hope so. As Nimmo faces a full count.
Learn to hit in cold weather. You hit anywhere.
I've always liked this kid. He's just he plays with just a kinetic energy about him. He's always hustling down the line. If he walks, plays good outfield, gets on base a lot. Lot to like with Brandon Nimmo, in my opinion.
Well, he's scrappy.
Yeah, it's a good
And
word.
when you look at a team, you know, it's always nice to have
He's
that
scrappy.
one or two guys
That's a
that you feel
backhanded compliment.
can bring the energy. I think with our team, you look at Ozzie, the way he plays and the energy he brings every night.
Full count.
2 count to Nimmo. And strike 3 paints a corner. Russin off to a good start in the inning. That's his first strikeout.
Good pitch on the other half here. Just froze him.
Here's Michael Conforto. Again, the Mets have lost Ahmed Rosario tonight. Not sure what's up with Rosario. Once we get word on that, we'll pass it along.
He got slow out of the box when he grounded out to Camargo. Went into the third inning and in the third.
There's a line drive into right field. A lefty single for Conforto, who's 2 for 3. So the Mets taking out some frustrations. This series has not gone well for them. Remember, they blew a big lead a couple of nights ago. Yesterday, the Braves jumped all over them. 4-0. Beat them 7-1 2 nights ago. And game 1, Mets blew those 2 large leads of 8-2 and 10-5 in the series opener.
And arguably, you can say that's only 1 loss. It looks like the last 2 games carried over a little bit for him. So
No doubt.
sometimes losing like that can really put you back.
Alonso fouls it away. What are you seeing from Pete Alonso? This is a kid that hit 53 homers last year. He's at this point really scuffling. 2 for his last 22.
It's kind of the same as Ronald. I felt like early in the year, you know, all of a sudden you see Ronald playing with a little more swagger, you know, getting back to being himself. I think the same thing with Alonso. He just hasn't been able to get anything going. And then he's a pretty patient hitter. We saw him chase some pitches the last 2-3 days that we're not used to seeing him. And, you know, he's trying to expand the zone to make something happen instead of letting it happen.
Is this a result of the league has a book on him now, a better way to attack him after all that success last year? I mean, he played the whole year, so maybe that's a silly question, but is that playing into it?
Maybe a little, but I mean, when you can hit like this, you can hit. I don't believe you hit 3 home runs just, you know, like I said, they might figure out a little bit, but it's like when we talked about Ronald earlier, he's going to hit. It's just a matter of when.
And then for Alonso, young player, feeling like, I would assume, I've got to carry this team offensively.
Well,
in
and
my
that's
second
how
year.
many people they've left on base the last couple of days. That's why I said he's expanded the zone a little bit.
2-1 pitch. A rare low strike called. 2-2 the count.
And that's another example. Sometimes when things aren't going your way, instead of being 3-1 now, you know, we thought that pitch was low. He hasn't been calling that tonight. Now all of a sudden you're 2-2 and
Wind blowing toward right for Alonso. Even count the pitch. He is ripped foul. And he'll stay alive.
not to mention this guy, even like that pitch right there, I feel you get the feeling he's trying to pull the ball a little bit too much too, possibly. You know, we saw how many home runs did he hit to dead center last year? He hit a couple here into the falls out there in center. So he's got so much power that way. Sometimes when you get pull happy, he starts spinning.
Two balls, two strikes.
I bet you look up September 27th, Chip, and 15, 20 home runs at some point.
Yeah, I agree. He's too good to.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Ronald. You're going to look sooner and later, and you're going to see 300 up there on the board and some home runs.
Hopefully, after he leaves town, the pitch is down low. It's been a walkathon for the Mets in this game. Earlier in the series, Tommy talked about how impatient the Mets hitters were. A lot of 1-pitch, 2-pitch at bats, a lot of 3-pitch at bats for them. They have been exceedingly patient in this game. New York has walked 6 times already in the game.
Well, and I'm sure for Alonso right there, that's a perfect example. You know, Freddie's great with that. You know, he's walked 3 times tonight, Alonso, now. So you can only do what they're going to give you.
Here's Cano, a 2-run scoring hit last time up. He too walked. And Cano backed away from that and called a strike. Four nothing New York. It came in the 3rd inning. Line drive into center field. There's another hit. Conforto to third. They're going to wave him around. Here comes Ender's throw. It is going to be cut off, and they've got Alonso in a rundown. Freddie runs right at him and applies the tag, and taking another 90 feet is Robinson Cano. So a 3 RBI night for Cano. Conforto scores his 2nd run. Alonso is going to be out 8-3. And there are 2 out in the inning.
Good job by Freddie right there, getting the out. Where that ball bounced, there's no way it would have got to home. Take the easy out.
And Conforto, trapped in no man's land, did what he could to make sure Cano gets in scoring position for J.D. Davis. In a 5-0 game, he made an out that is the most consequential out of the game and perhaps of the season for the Atlanta Braves. And a shot hit toward short. Dansby tried to slide and snag it and couldn't. Cano's going to round third. Here comes Dansby's throw to the plate. It's going to be close, and it's going to be in time. So a great recovery for Dansby Swanson to throw out Robinson Cano. D'Arnaud blocked the plate beautifully, and the Braves will head to the home half of the 4th inning, down 5. Terrific recovery and second effort for Dansby Swanson, and D'Arnaud with a perfect tag at the plate. 2-0 Mets, bottom of the fourth inning. It's Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot time. Who better to celebrate that with than Freddie Freeman?
Such good numbers, and since Freddie's first full season in the bigs, no one's swung at more first pitches than Freddie, 43%.
And that's about the ratio we've seen over the last 4 or 5 games, wouldn't you say? And he's done damage with that.
Yeah, this year's his career low, though. It's still early at 33, but I think people are figuring out a little bit. And Freddie's still got a great eye, so he's not going to go out of the zone too much.
You seldom see an opposing pitcher have Freddie Freeman shaking his head. And this is no disrespect to Freddie Freeman. DeGrom does it a lot. But this is one of the great cat and mouse games.
Cat and mouse, yes.
Amongst the Braves division rivals. I mean,
thank you, Chip Carey. I appreciate that. Thank you, Chip. Bone Crusher here back. Play-by-play. As the Braves trail by 5. Freddie Freeman batting here at the bottom of the fourth. Nobody out, nobody on. The 1-2 pitch to Freeman downstairs. 2-2. DeGrom reaches for that one and pulls that to the second baseman, who throws him out at first. Out number 1. Ozuna batting. Ozuna needs to redeem himself a little bit here. He gave up a big error in the third. The guy thing is going for the Mets. So outside, 1-0. Swing and a miss. That was a good slider from DeGrom. Pitch number 55 for DeGrom coming up. Swing and a miss. Slider outside at 93. That was tough to handle. So it's 1-2. Swing and a miss again. 3 sliders, 3 strikes. So he's eating up our best hitters. You know, they're just swinging. They don't. They're just hoping to get lucky. And due to some buffering issues, our delay has gotten pretty excessive, so we are a couple minutes behind the live game. If you're watching along, just pause your TV for a couple minutes. All right, the 1-0 pitch to Matt Adams with 2 outs in the bottom of the fourth, and that is a strike. 1-1. And DeGrom hasn't thrown one of those 100-mile-an-hour fastballs in a minute. He hasn't had to. And there's a slow chopper right back to DeGrom. I mean, there was nothing on that. It rolled slowly back to the pitcher, so that will end the fourth. The Braves, nothing doing there. Mets will be batting with a 5-0 lead. All right. And there's some more buffering for your ass. Yeah, I think we're more than a couple minutes behind now. We're like a whole half inning behind, I think. And I've got 1 thumbs down. Oh, harsh, brah. Probably for all the buffering, right? in a break. More play-by-play reaction is coming up next as Bo Crusher makes a drive to the men's room. What's that jar coin thing there? What the hell is that? All right, we're coming back. All right, if you're just joining us, Mike Soroka out due to an injury. All right, Russin still pitching for the Braves. That's a strike. They called it a ball. Unbelievable. Count is 1-0. Well, I guess we'll take it, but still, you want to see the right call. All right, that one caught the plate, and he called it correctly. 1-1 to Smith. The 1-1, and that's chopped foul. So it's top of the fifth, nobody out, nobody on. Mets up 5-0. And why do you know, if I haven't had a haircut in like a brick and mortar place in a while, but I think the last place I ever went to was like a sports clip, and you've probably noticed this. First the 1-2 pitch, chop foul again. There's usually like a guy that's virtually bald showing up to get a haircut, and you're like, why are you even here? I mean, do bald guys remember the exact date they had their last haircut? I mean, why are bald guys going to sports clips, Producer Beth? Are they in denial? What are they thinking there? So it's a full count now to Smith. It's a lefty. And there's a walk high. Well, shit. Wilson Ramos batting now. He's 1 for 2 on the night. Batting 200 on the season with 1 RBI. And Ramos is going to take that one deep. The outfielder is retreating. Inciarte climbing the wall, and it is gone. Boo. Wilson Ramos with his first home run of the season. 7-0. Mets lead. Bad news for the Bravos, as the Mets are getting some revenge. All right, the first pitch to the next batter is a ball, 1-0. And this umpire is sloppy. Who is this umpire? Russin pitching for the Braves now. Counts 1-1. And Ozuna can get to that pop-up for an out. All right, 7-0 New York. Man. A ball from Russin. So 1-0. This guy, Guillorme, he came in. The beard guy, yeah, the weird beard guy. He came in a couple innings ago. So 1-1 to the weird beard guy. Swing and a miss. Guillorme. That double L sounds like a Y. Guillorme. That caught the plate, and that will strike out Guillorme. Yeah, fuck it. The beard guy's out. Well, why don't we send it back to Chip and Frenchie for some more of their stellar play-by-play.
For a couple of days, too, as their schedule's been impacted by other teams' COVID outbreaks. Lifted toward left by Brandon Nimmo. Ozuna near the line and in foul ground makes the play. Russin will retrieve the rosin bag. Braves go to work in the fifth. ticket to the game now through August 3rd. Customers can score free MLB TV at T-Mobile.com/MLB. Paul Burt, Jeff Rancourt, Chip Carey with you. All Mets. They lead 7-0 in the fifth inning. Darno, Swanson, and Camargo are coming up. Mets feel pretty confident with DeGrom in a 7-run lead. Brian Dozier replaces Robbie Cano defensively at second base. Darno with a wry grin as he picked up the first Braves hit in the second inning. All he did was turn around a 99.8-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's not 100.
No.
And then smiled at him.
We are told that is the fastest pitch that a hitter has turned around and gotten a hit so far in 2020.
That's because Chapman's been hurt.
1-1 pitch. High fly ball walloped toward the left center field gap. That ball was really stung and it's gone. A home run for Darno. He's 2 for 2 against Jacob DeGrom. His first homer as a Brave comes against his former teammate. And he's had one whale of a series against the Mets. 7-1 now.
You got to start somewhere. And Travis did exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch right there. You feel like that was almost the first mistake Jacobs made all night, Chip, and Darno smoked that one to left center.
And that was one of your points earlier in the game. DeGrom is going to make a mistake or two. You've got to cash him in.
And he did on that one.
So a no-doubter to left center, 411 feet. And the Braves are on the board in the fifth inning. Here is Dansby Swanson. Dansby with a long hitting streak. They'll try to keep that alive. If there's been one, I guess, bit of concern about Dansby, he's been an all-or-nothing hitter. He's either making contact or he's striking out. 15 strikeouts for him on the year, including one in the second inning.
And I know, you know, strikeouts are strikeouts, but I don't think it concerns me as much when he's hitting 6th, 7th down here, Chip, because he is driving the ball and he's driving in runs. You know, when he hits second, then to me, yeah, you're trying to work it a little more, set up Freddie and Ozuna. But in this spot here, you know, it's just it's like we say, the strikeout's a big part of the game now.
Well, I was going to say that's like complaining about a freckle on a supermodel.
Yeah.
You know, he's had that kind of start. As DeGrom erases him with a big sweeping slider for strikeout number 7. 1 in, 1 out.
Cutter 92. You know, one thing that he does good too, Jake, he works fast. And as a hitter, sometimes when a guy like this is so good, your at bat happens so fast, and it's like before you know it, you're walking back to the dugout.
Here's Camargo, a comebacker, his first time up. And ball 1. As I mentioned, the Braves will host Toronto, and that great group of young players beginning tomorrow night. The Mets continue their trip with a 2-game series against the Nationals beginning tomorrow night. Couple of streaks on the line. Mets have lost 5 straight. The Braves have won 5 straight. New York leads so far 7-1. And ball 3. 3-1 for Camargo. Three-one pitch.
That's a see 3-1. Yeah, I mean, you're gearing up for 98, 99, and you get a 91-mile-per-hour changeup.
And that would make the Cy Young winner secondary pitches and hitters counts.
Now you're thinking, what is he going to throw here?
And he threw another one, and Camargo didn't get it. That's 8 strikeouts. Back-to-back strikeouts for DeGrom after Darno's leadoff homer.
That's another changeup, and that's the pitch we've seen Johan really struggle with, Chip, is that changeup. He can square up a fastball. The ball he hit for a home run yesterday was on a slider. That changeup, especially when he's batting from the left side, has been his struggle so far.
Ender 0 for 1 with a tap out to the mound and downstairs. So I know Johan knows that. I know Kevin Seitzer knows it. It's obvious the Mets know that. As a hitter, what can you do about it? How do you practice that?
Well, I think one way is looking to try to hit the ball more left center for him. Drive it opposite field. It'll keep you on that pitch. You know, I mean, very few hitters. Chipper comes to mind. Not many that can just go sit on that pitch, recognize it, and hit it. Like I said, if you turn your sights a little more, maybe you give yourself a better chance.
Up and away for Ender. 3 balls, no strikes. Haven't seen many of those from DeGrom tonight. And there's a strike. 3-1 the count. .76 pitches for DeGrom tonight. He threw 88 last time out. The 3-1 pitch. There's ball 4. Ender made sure a 2-out walk. And as Ender takes first base, top of the order coming up, let's enjoy a quick message from Delta. Ronald 1 for 2. He's got that average over 200 now. It's starting to climb quickly. So a 4-game hit streak for Acuna after his 3rd inning knock. 1 of 3 the Braves have so far in the game. And time called. Acuna requested it, and it was granted.
Yeah, a good sign for Ronald. Talk about getting on that fastball. First 5 games, he was 15 of 30 swinging at fastballs and missing, Chip. Last 5 games, 2 of 35. So he's getting his timing down.
1 ball, no strikes. Runner goes. Pitch whacked out of play, foul. And Ender will return to first with 2 outs.
Yeah, I think it's one thing that's so good for the Braves. Look, I mean, like I said, we don't know what Mike's outcome's going to be, but it's one of the more prolific offenses in baseball. And we've been talking for the last 10 games about this bullpen. So still a lot of talent, a lot of bright spots, and plenty of ways to win ball games.
Tonight they ran into the reigning Cy Young winner the last couple of years, Jacob DeGrom, who delivers and just missed outside, ball 2. Big hole right side for Ronald with 2 outs. And again, time. Now we're set. The pitch. 99 miles an hour. Not surprising. I'm averaging over 98 miles an hour with all of his pitches this year. Second heaviest workload of any inning tonight. Couple of base runners, Darno with a homer, Ender with a walk, and now a deep count for Acuna. Runner goes, and it is ball 3 outside. Ramos doesn't bother with a throw. So a hit means a run here with 2 outs.
And just that take right there, 2-2, 99, painted on a little bit away, off the plate definitely, but the way Ronald took that pitch, you can tell he's seeing the ball.
Now it's 3-2.
All right, look what the cat dragged in. Moderator at large A-Bomb is in the house, and we're gonna bring down. Thank you, Chip and Frenchie, for the play-by-play there. Turn down this sucker too. Thumbs up the live stream for your boy. So the Braves trying to get back in this, and we have a huge delay. So we apologize for the big delay, but we are bringing this as live as we can. Full count to Acuna. And he gets a piece of it, but it's fouled back. A 93-mile-an-hour fastball. And A-Bomb, if you've seen this guy DeGrom pitching tonight, OMG, man. He is a dominant pitcher for the Mets. He is not intimidated by Freddie Freeman. He made Azuna look silly. But he has made a couple mistakes. Gave up a home run to Darno. (3-2) to Acuna with a runner on second. And he hits it hard into left field, and that's going to go in for a base hit. Inciarte will score from second. There we go. 7-2 now, Atlanta. Trailing by 5, but we got a couple back. Ozzy Albies will be batting with 2 outs. All right, I'll get my webcam on, but we've had so much video lag issue that I've been doing some different streaming tonight. I'm using Streamlabs OBS instead of the traditional OBS, so maybe my settings need to be tweaked. So if there's any, and that's why we have such a huge delay. We're about a half inning behind. So if you're watching this on your television and they're having a meeting on the mound, but if you're watching this on TV, pause it for a while, go to the bathroom, go walk the dog, come back, unpause it, and then you'll be synced up, have your TV synced up with us. There is activity in the Mets bullpen. And you know, DeGrom wants the win. He wants to finish the 5. He's got 85 pitches on the night. 2 outs, runner on first for Ozzy. Catcher sets up outside. The pitch. Whoa, that gets past the catcher. Cunha moves up to second. I am eating some candy on the air. That's unprofessional. Now, I was talking earlier, A-Bomb, I don't know if you've noticed this when you've gone, before the pandemic, go to sports clips or wherever to get your haircut, but have you ever been getting your haircut and like a guy comes in who's virtually bald and you're like, what are you even doing here? All right, the 1-0 coming up to Ozzy. That's fouled. 1-1. I mean, are these guys in denial? What are they doing there? I mean, I bet if that happened to me, I would remember the last time I had to have a haircut, before I was so bald that I couldn't go to sports clips anymore. It's a sad day, right? Ozzy swings. Ozzy flails and misses wildly. 1-2. DeGrom has, for the most part, been total control of this game. And again, since we have such a huge delay tonight, I'm probably a half inning behind. If you post anything in the chat box, give me a little time. I will get to your comments. Swing and a miss by Acuna. But we get 2 back. After 5, we're down by 5. The Mets batting next. It's the Bone Crusher Show on the Fister channel. August 22nd, we returned the Bone Crusher channel. I am in YouTube jail for airing Taiwanese baseball. Scared straight. We'll have that story later on. Also, the new slogan over at the Sizzler, come breathe on our macaroni. They have extended the sneeze guard 2.5 inches for your protection. We're all in this together. Have you seen the new commercial for the hair club for men? Well, let me tell you about it. They are offering a really great deal for you. Get 500 free strands of hair when you buy 500 strands of hair. How's that for a good deal? Get that hair job. And the Mets are going to take that to deep left field at the gap. Ground rule double. Conforto leads off first pitch. Top of the 6th, Mets back at it. And I just agreed to have a 30-minute meeting tomorrow on Google Hangouts. You know, sometimes you gotta work at dinner time. You know, I gotta take care of business when my clients need me. Darno, by the way, was the guy for the Braves who hit the home run off DeGrom. All right, runner on second, nobody out, top of the 6th. Alonso batting. Count is 1-0. Chris Rusin's still in. He came in the 3rd. And there is a strike. And Rusin's fastball about 88 miles an hour. If you're just joining us, I don't know if you heard this A-bomb. 3rd inning, freak accident. Mike Soroka, the neck out for the rest of the game, obviously, and we don't know what his injury is. The 1-1, 2-1, that's inside. But Soroka was trying to cover first, and he went off his back leg. Turf monster got him beside the mound, just a freak thing, and he went down pretty quick. Maybe Achilles heel, maybe some sort of calf muscle injury, we don't know yet. 2-1 pitch. inside. 3-1 to Alonso. But a lot of people, at least the announcers and the the sideline guys, are thinking it could be a season, especially with this season, it could be a season-ending injury for the neck. There's a grounder. Dansby fires it to Freeman for out number 1. Runner stays at second. And A-Bomb down in the dugout asking, do you think the MLB season will end early? Isn't that, and I'm sorry it takes so long to respond to your questions. We're have a huge delay going on here, but I'm glad you asked. And I haven't checked up on it today, but we had so many teams with those games postponed the last week that that is a huge concern. So my question is, are we playing Toronto? We're scheduled to play Toronto tomorrow. That game, as far as I know, is still scheduled. It has not been postponed. All right, Dozier batting for the Mets. Trying to steal third. Called safe. So that was Conforto stealing third. And the Braves they're trying to take a quick look at this, see if they want to challenge that. I couldn't tell right away. Let me see that again. And usually I'm really quick on that. Ooh, he's safe, I think. He's safe. He's rolling. He hangs on to the bag. Yeah, that, Camargo, that's a good call to say, hey, y'all might want to double check that. But the Braves do not challenge. And there's a runner on third now with 1 out. Stealing third, when you're up by 5, you can, I guess you can take some risks. So it's getting worse is what it seems like, A-Bomb, with the COVID. That's pot foul. So I mean, when you said 50-50 a week or so ago, it can't be any better. If I agreed it was 50-50 then, it can't be any better than that now. So maybe 40-60, 60% chance we're not going to finish this season. Another foul. So I don't know how we got to like a 15-minute delay here. I had a lot of buffering at the beginning of this, so. And it's probably because I'm using, and stream health right now is green. We do have a green, excellent connection here, but I bet it's choppy video. But the audio has been pretty good after we got going. I'm trying out some different software tonight, and probably should have tweaked the stream settings a little bit better. Swing and a miss. Chase that high one. Dozier goes down. Ruson's third's K after coming in the third. Yeah, Rusin is the opposite of DeGrom. DeGrom came in throwing 100 miles an hour. Rusin doesn't throw over 88. So that's going to be a break. Ooh, and I smell some dumplings steaming in the Crusher kitchen. Now I'm going to give a little sneak peek of some of the possible graphic packages that I'm trying out. And that's why I'm using the Streamlabs OBS instead of regular OBS. When I come back on August 22nd, my intention is to come back bigger and stronger, more aesthetic, strong music beds, a lot of attitude. So we're seeing a graphic here from one of the packages I'm evaluating. and it is sponsored by treasurehunt.ga.
Today could be the day.
7-2 Mets, 2 outs, runner at third for New York. Chip and Jeff with you from Truist Park. That's Luke Jackson. Download the MLB app to get in-game video highlights, live pitch by pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, and much more. Let's see if Luke can put out the fire here and turn things back over to the Braves bats.
I think it's a perfect example of what Brian Snicker and his staff said when a 60-game season. I think during a regular season 162, you might just keep throwing Chris out there and let him go. But in this situation with 2 outs now, if you can keep this a 5-run game with 12 outs and what the Braves did on Friday night.
And look, Braves have 12 outs left. You know, or at least we think you know, DeGrom's not going to pitch 9 innings tonight.
I got to believe he's got one more inning in him. He gets up to 105. You might send him out again, depending on what the next inning is, but it's risky also.
30 pitch frame last time, and DeGrom will have the 3, 4, 5 hitters when the Braves come up. So we'll see how it all plays out. J.D. Davis, the hitter. And a tapper is foul. Jackson a strike away from ending this New York thread. Chris Russin, 3 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs so far.
Thank you, Chip. Thank you, Frenchie. I appreciate that very much. All right. Runner on third for the Mets. Counts 1-2 to Davis. And if the Braves can get out of this and get a few more runs, we'll see this house fill up. If we can get a comeback, this chat room will blow up. Davis fouls that off. New pitcher for the Braves is Jackson. Hey, Bum says the video is fine. That is good to hear. I know everyone wants to see Luke Jackson in the house. Claw is a big Luke Jackson fan. That's fouled. Thank you for the AV check. Conforto's got his oven mitt on over at third in the dirt. Luke Jackson, not a 1-2-3 kind of guy. He is, you know, he'll load him up on his way to getting out. Put a strike here, get us out of this jam. Luke rocks and fires another one in the dirt. Full count. You know, so look for bald guy at the sports clips. Look for the guy who is years away from needing a haircut, but he's there getting a haircut. I mean, I'm getting a haircut any day now. That's chopped to short. Swanson's going to gut him down, and the dumplings have arrived. Thank you, Producer Beth. Ooh, smells good. Oh, I'm getting some messages on the Nextdoor app. I don't know if anyone's tried this. It says, lock your door. Someone who lives over by the Splash Bar, the gay bar. I guess they got to see what happened. We live on Beach Drive, right by the Splash Bar. And last night, about 1:30 a.m., a guy tried to break into our vehicles. We picked him up briefly on our security cameras. Just wanted everyone to be aware and lock your car doors. Yeah, I'm going to definitely lock up the van. So that's a, you know, that's that Nextdoor app I was telling A-Bomb about. It allows you to, you know, communicate with your neighbors like that. So shenanigans like that now, a lot of people are aware about it, and I'm about maybe about 7-minute walk to that area that she's talking about. I mean, that's my street. It's just several blocks down, but maybe a little under a mile. You never know what's going on. All right, well, let's take a break. I'm gonna eat a dumpling. We'll have more baseball when we come back. The Bone Crusher Show, sponsored by TreasureHunt.ga.
Braves.com/A-list. 30 pitches for DeGrom last inning. He has struck out 9. All of these strikeouts are swinging strikeouts for Jacob so far.
The majority have been on that pitch right there, that cutter.
And that one missed a little low. DeGrom now.
Did you just hear what Freddie said too? I finally took one.
At 91 pitches. In the air, deep center. Nimmo back to the warning track, and room enough to make the play for out number 1. As good as his stuff has been tonight, it's got to feel like a moral victory to make contact. Freddie hit it a long way, but to the deepest part of the ballpark. And here's Marcell Ozuna, who has struck out twice.
Yeah, Freddie he almost got him right there. So he attacks Ozuna the first 2 times up. Cutters away, cutters away. We'll see what Marcell does to try to adjust here.
And sure enough, he gets a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
That's how it usually goes.
DeGrom still throwing. Oops, that's loud. DeGrom still throwing some heat.
And then he gets the cutter.
Man,
He's a strike away
Ozuna
from
cannot
his
touch him.
42nd double-digit strikeout game.
Having some dumpling here. A little Chinese dumpling with some what kind of sauce is this?
Approaching
Like
100 pitches, still almost an effortless 99
yes,
miles
the
an
sesame
hour.
oil
With command.
dip.
That's why he's at the top of his game. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
With some soy sauce, yeah.
And shot into right field, a base hit. And look at DeGrom, bent at the waist in disbelief that Ozuna hit that pitch with 2 strikes.
Well, he went cutter here. It looked like they were trying to front door him because Ramos looked like he set up inside.
What's up with people that don't cover their
I'm
nose?
surprised they didn't just go right back outside with that cutter.
When they wear their mask, they cover their mouth, but they don't cover their nose. A-Bomb's asking about that.
That was a
Yeah, that's
changeup.
bad, yeah. I mean, the analogy on Facebook is that's like walking around in your underwear with your dick hanging out of your underwear. Yeah, you gotta put it on. You gotta put your underwear on all the way.
Mets update on the injury situation. Cano left with a groin issue.
Yeah, a lot of
and
cartoon
Ahmed
drawings
Rosario
of
left with a quad issue.
wieners on that topic for some reason. All right, let me crush another dumpling here, brah.
No balls and a strike for Matt Adams. He's made contact twice. Hopes to get it out of the infield here. Put a couple runs on now. Things get real interesting. Fly ball to center. Nimmo retreats. Still room. And 2 are out. And here's d'Arnaud, who's had a perfect night.
He took 100 and hit it right back up the middle on his former teammate, and then took a hanging slider cutter, whichever one it was, and put it in the left field seat. So he's got to be feeling pretty good about his first 2 ABs.
Both Braves runs came in that 5th inning against DeGrom. Leadoff homer, 2-out single late at the Atlanta tallies, and that's way outside ball 1.
His 100 pitched on this next one. He's still got the velocity and the movement, but hitters definitely this inning and late last have been taking better swings. Both Freddie and Matt just missed the balls to center, and Ozuna shot one to right.
It's a perfect night to pitch. 80 degrees at 7:10. Low humidity after the rainstorm. And DeGrom effortlessly still firing 98-mile-an-hour BBs.
And you do wonder, that 5th inning throwing 30 pitches. That took a little bit out.
You
of
would
him.
never see like Slita, you know, just eating some dumplings and
Little low.
playing the
ball 3.
audio off
Game's
TV
next.
like I am. He's a hard-working reaction guy. I am not. But when I get my channel back, you know, it'll be gangbusters.
There's action in the Mets bullpen now. 3 balls and a strike. Popped up over by the Braves on deck circle. And the homer by d'Arnaud are Zaxby's indescribably good play.
Yeah, ball to Grom left up right here. And d'Arnaud, who's having a great series versus former team, puts one to the left field seats.
So 3-2. Ozuna can take off from first. There he goes. And a swing and a miss. 10 strikeouts for Jacob deGrom, the 42nd time he's done that.
Welcome back to Truist Park, everybody. Top of the seventh, 7-2 Mets. Well, here's some good news. Ronald Acuna Jr. has struck out a lot this early year. Now, 25% of those strikeouts have come on fastballs that are 94 miles an hour plus. So let's just say that tonight's matchup wasn't a really good recipe for success. But he's 2 for 3 tonight. He's fouled off a lot of great pitches. And in a time where spring training was shortened, it looks like somebody is catching up to the pitching, guys.
That is good news because Ronald Acuna at the top of the Braves order, huge threat to put you up 1-0 in that very first inning. So he's trending in the right direction as Luke Jackson starts the 7th inning. Dominic Smith, Ramos, and then Jimenez.
Luke Jackson pitching for the Braves. All right, Dominic Smith is your batter for the Mets. Counts 0-2. It's the top of the 7th, and nobody's out. Mets still up by a 5-er. Way outside. 1-2. Luke Jackson picking up this year where he left off last year, getting through innings, but it's often a bumpy ride. And that fastball is going to be called a strike, and that will be an out for Luke Jackson. It may have been a smidge off the plate, but they rung him up. Yeah, smidge off the plate, but the umpire has been a little inconsistent tonight. But Luke Jackson will take that stroke of luck. One and 0 to Ramos, who broke the 0-0 score with a 2-run homer in the 3rd. He's going to pull that one. Camargo picks it up and fires it over for the out. 2 away. Oh. What is going on in the chat box? Speak your mind. Yeah. A-Bomb's complaining about people who don't wear their mask right. I stopped by the outlet store today, and that is a strike. Change up. 0-1, and the city requires people to wear a mask at a retail store. Customers and the employees. The employee was not wearing her mask. I could have called the cops. They would come in and warned her.
You see guys on teams when they're not hitting, they might take it out for the defense. Wash does not let that happen with these infielders.
1-1 pitch. So that's outside 2-1 with the steady increase of COVID deaths. We're lucky it's not worse. 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2. But we're back to over 1,000 deaths per day most days now. Last week, I guess. In the dirt, 3-2. So we might have to re-quarantine ourselves, go back into lockdown. I have used the Walmart grocery delivery again very recently. So, I don't know about work. That stuff could really be done at home. And that's a walk. Jimenez on first, 2 out, top of the 7th. It seems like mitigation might not be enough. We may have to go back into suppression and really just hit the reset button and start from scratch and just lock it down for 1 to 2 months. And a throw over to second. He's trying to steal. He's safe. Darno's throw is late.
he got a good jump, and with that high for Luke, he had that storm all.
Yeah.
The players are out there playing. You hear all the.
Not a bad throw by the catcher, but
He never gets enough credit for what they've done. And
good lead for the runner. High kick from Jackson, and that's going to be a dribbler to Dansby, who scoops it up and on to first. That will be the third out, so typical Luke Jackson, you know, a little trouble, but gets through it. So it's 7-2. Braves will be batting next. Need to get a couple more runs, chip our way back into this. But I'm thinking 1 or 2 month lockdown, followed by mitigation. And you think with a realistic time frame, if we did it right starting tomorrow, which isn't going to happen, you know, it's going to be 6 months before things could get back to normal. If we did everything right starting tomorrow. That's my take. What do you got? Hit us up in the chat box. More play-by-play reaction on the way. Shout out to our moderator, A-Bomb. He is also one of Atlanta's play-by-play reaction guys, so make sure you subscribe to A-Bomb's channel. We're on the Fister side channel tonight. Normally I'm on the Bone Crusher channel, but I've been scared straight. YouTube, put down the hammer. It was me versus Taiwanese baseball. And I lost that copyright. So I'm in YouTube jail. All right, we got 4 in the box. Crush the like.
And as we said, he's versatile. He's able to hit second, sixth, and seventh this year. Got a hit in all 10 games.
Well, the bad news is the Braves are down 5. The good news is Jacob deGrom is out of the game. And Juris Familia is the new Mets pitcher. He's lost about 30 pounds from last season to this. And New York hopeful that he's going to round into form. He was awfully good a couple of years ago. And the first one is downstairs. The Mets bullpen has been a train wreck so far this year. A 6.69 ERA. They've allowed 8 homers in the first 10 games.
All right, see if Dansby can get something going here.
And that's right there for an even count.
Yeah, our Familia is our pitcher, the Mets bullpen. And wow, what a night for DeGrom, though.
Starting pitching, you can't overcome that.
5-run lead to work with. So we finally got to the bullpen. Let's go ahead and beat him up. But this guy is another bullet thrower. 96 on the radar.
2 years he was nasty closer, and then he struggled, and he went out to Oakland, refound his form, so they signed him back. 3 years, $30 million deal, and last year I know was a disappointing year for him.
And Edwin Diaz too.
Here comes the 1-2 to Swanson in the dirt. That was in front of the plate, hit the ground in front of the plate. Now, some of the features we're going to be bringing come August 22nd includes on-screen notifications whenever I get a new subscriber. But that's all tied into the Bone Crusher account. However, actually, I think if anybody goes to the Bone Crusher channel and subscribes, it'll pop up on the screen now. So let me see if I can do that.
bullpens also walked 14 men in 39 innings.
Full count to Swanson.
Need base runners. 3-2 pitch. And that's tipped and caught. And Dansby's
Ooh, that's an out. It's gets a piece of it, but it goes into the catcher's glove. One away.
Slider right there.
Who am I even logged in as?
It's tough on a count like that. I think you probably thought that single.
Can you subscribe to your own channel?
Good pitch.
I better change accounts.
Johan's been quiet so far tonight. Let's see if that changes with one out.
Then I got to find the game. So it's going to be Camargo batting downstairs.
Grant Dayton is getting loose in the Braves bullpen.
Familia gets through the 7th. You think we see Lugo for 2 innings?
They need this win real bad.
That's my point.
Wouldn't surprise me. It's in for a strike. Took that one right down the middle. 1-2.
We're going up against Training Sport Max tonight.
Quick pitch, and Camargo laced it into left field for a hit.
Hey, quick pitch tomorrow.
All right, Camargo.
Just took it. That one, he smoked it through the hole.
Well, there's a start with one out.
And I'm telling you, as a hitter, Chip, it feels so good when a guy quick pitches you just to get a hit like that. I hate the quick pitch. I do. Look, I know it's legal and whatever. I just.
Well, what did LaTroy Hawkins ever do to you? He had a good quick pitch too.
Yeah, but I felt like he gave you time to get ready.
Oh, okay. Here's
All
Ender.
right.
Walk, stolen a base.
So now, let's get the pitch first.
That's the essence of the game, right? Hitting's timing, pitching's just.
That's called a strike. Batter does not agree with that. Inciarte doesn't like that at all. So it's 0-1 to Inciarte with a runner on first, 1 out. Yeah, that was a bad call. That was a high strike.
If you remember versus DeGrom, Ender had
Thank you, laser strike
He
zone.
had ball 4, probably did, and he called it a strike.
0-1. It's in there for another strike.
Just like that, it's 0-2. Acuna's on deck. He's had a good.
So I'm going to subscribe to the Bone Crusher channel now, and if this is set up right, you'll see a little animation appear on the screen. Let me know if you see it.
Pop fly foul. We'll do it again.
Oh, there it is. Ha, Insomnia Theater Express just subscribed. Wow, holy shit.
Familia is ready with his 0-2 pitch. Good idea, and
That is
here we'll see another.
hit foul. Count still 0-2 to Inciarte.
Approached by Ender there, though, with a heavy sinker like that, he's going to try to do what Johan did, shoot it through that hole. And if he does throw you that slider, it gives yourself a chance to stay on it.
Though that alert did show up in the wrong portion of the screen, so I'll fix that. The 0-2 to Inciarte. High, ball 1.
Just to make sure he wasn't rung up on that high pitch.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be hanging out anytime soon.
I think you're right.
Familia takes the sign. Catcher sets up inside. And Inciarte pokes that out. And that falls in. Conforto can't get on it as he slides and misses. So Camargo on third, Inciarte on second. Just kind of a blooper down the right field line that stayed fair, and Conforto tried to chase it down, but could not handle that.
Put the ball in play and see what happens. And now, look, you're in business. You got your 1, 2, 3.
So 2 on.
It's a good read by
Base hit now could really help us climb back in this.
Well, here's Acuna. And with this part of the order up, things are about to get very interesting.
A-Bomb says, I don't think we'll have college football this year. Sucks the big one. Inside fastball. 1-0 to Acuna. Well, I was listening to ESPN radio, and I guess it was Paul Feinbaum, whatever his name is. And I caught the tail end of a segment, and I thought he was saying that they have, still intend on starting the season. 2-0 now. Another ball to Acuna. But that does seem pretty risky for the kids, and yeah, that's another tricky situation. Especially with the way things are going. It's picking up pace.
Nowhere near ball 3.
3-0 now to Acuna as that one misses inside.
Justin Wilson.
So this might be an intentional walk coming up.
Obviously, you saw he just started tossing. So
Would you dare throw Acuna a strike here? You take your chances with Ozzy Albies and try to get a double play. I'd say walk him if I were the Mets.
Does Acuna have the green light?
The pitch. Upstairs. Ball 4.
And Jeremy Hefner is
The half.
walking a well-worn path from the Mets dugout to the Truist Park mound.
and I told you back when it was 7-2, he brought Jackson in to get that last out. With this offense, the way they play, and with the Mets bullpen, Chip,
They probably should not play college football.
the Braves get back in this game right here.
But last I heard, they're still trying. They haven't thrown in the towel. But if you, man, are we going to be is Toronto going to be playing us tomorrow? I checked earlier, and the game had not been postponed yet. So I guess it's on. But I thought Toronto had had a little schedule hiccup due to COVID.
Good luck against this guy.
All right, Ozzy Albies
Yeah, after throwing 4 balls
with the bases loaded. 1 out. Braves down by 5.
Got one
And Ozzy fouls that off.
4 grand slams already in the career of Ozzy Albies.
Now they just toss a nice graphic up on the screen. Ozzy Albies has 4 career grand slams with a .370 batting average with the bases loaded. So it's a sure thing here that something big is about to happen.
There he is, right at the base.
Wide open stance for Ozzy. Familia takes the sign,
The pitch.
kicks and fires. And that's going to go off of Ozzy.
And Ozzy behind
Ouchie.
sore wrist, now a sore foot for the Braves second baseman.
Now it's 0-2, and you're not thinking about a grand slam. Right off the shin. Good thing he had a shin guard on.
That might be one of the best inventions for a hitter, that modified catcher shin guard.
Although I feel like it never hits that. It always hits their foot or the knee.
Shut up, Francoeur.
Big mess of his own making. No balls, 2 strikes.
Ozzy, the lefty. Familia, the righty. And the 0-2 pitch.
And here it is.
Just off the plate. Tough take. I don't know how he took on that, but he did. And count is 1-2. Boy, that is too tough to, that's too close to take, but he got lucky there. Figured there's no way they were going to throw him a strike with on an 0-2 count.
The best batting averages in run scoring situations.
Ozzy just needs to make some contact. Get it in play. Swing and a miss at the high heater. He could not catch the 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Not even close. Thank you, A-Bomb. A-Bomb saw the graphic, the new subscriber graphic. That's just some of the fun that's going to be in store starting August 22nd on the Bone Crusher show on the Bone Crusher channel. We are on the side channel until August 22nd. And since I don't have a subscriber base, there's going to be a Verizon Wireless call to the bullpen. It's the Goody Gallery call to the bullpen. Sponsored by Little Jimmy over at the Brick. So what? Let's see. What other? I guess there's it does a few graphics for certain events like subscribers, or and if you're multi-streaming, which that's a whole nother add-on for me to put on this thing. I can hit up multiple channels at once. So like I could have Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, all streaming at once. And then I could tie in a chat box that shows up on the screen where it integrates. You see everybody's chat from all the different platforms on the screen. So that would really help with the social aspect of the social media. So I haven't decided if we're going to go through with that and with that upgrade, but after a rocky start with this Streamlabs OBS, things have been fairly smooth since then, but we do have a big delay because of that. Yeah, that is a cool graphic. I can change the graphic. But yeah, that's just sort of the test graphic. And we've seen the transition slider here, or the be right back slider. One of several graphics packages we're considering on the Bone Crusher show.
Braves have him loaded with 2 outs in the 7th inning. A lefty
Too many music beds at once, I think.
Freddie Freeman, that's Justin Wilson. Second most appearances in the big leagues since 2014 among left-handed pitchers. Only Tony Watson.
A whole lot going on here at the Bone Crusher show as we are back at it at Truist Park. Freeman batting now with the bases loaded. Takes ball 1. And Freddie's glad DeGrom is out of the game. Freddie could not touch him. So let's see if he can get a piece of the new pitcher, Wilson. Low fastball. Another Mets pitcher can throw well into the 90s. One pitch to Freeman as the drum brigade beats on, and that's going to be a grounder to the first baseman. Picks it up, steps on the bag. Wah, wah, wah. All right, well. Let's quickly go to break. Sponsored by Sizzlers.
Back, gone! Slow head turn, even slower smile. You can't play baseball in a tree. Don't leave your daughter with the Gordon's fishermen, just saying. And don't make your grandkids wear stupid sailor hats.
True.
And the first transgender to appear in a Sizzler commercial.
I'm a boy. We've extended our sneeze guard. Come breathe in our macaroni.
Anytown, USA. Going jogging with Ed Asner. An odd nautical theme for a steak commercial. Yeah, we're gonna go toast those Japs tomorrow, brah.
I have an STD.
All over America, a quiet revolution has been taking place.
Women with short haircuts.
More and more, both parents are working and raising families.
I bet that guy is ordering some cocaine right now.
And Americans have rediscovered, are redefining what's really important in their lives. They want quality in their personal life, in their business life, in the goods they purchase, and in the food they eat. They want
shit-eating grins.
And the food they poop.
And they want choices, variety.
If you don't like variety, we've got variety.
Americans want value.
Hotties in nice tight leather skirts.
Whew. We are back. We are back. Welcome, one and all, to Truist Field. A-Bomb says that's not even a word, so as I understand it, that's the joining of two company names or something, like Moulin Springs. Okay, 0-1 now to Brandon Nimmo, aka Finding Nemo, and it's going to be Dayton pitching for Atlanta. And while we take a moment to enjoy a little Frenchie and Chip.
Mets 7, Braves 2. Our last games against the Mets until September. September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Those 3 games will be played at Citi Field. The Braves have already won 5 of the first 6 games, so at the very least they've earned a series split for the season numbers, but hoping for much more than that. Jared Hughes just activated by New York. He had been on the injured list with the undisclosed injury. Fly ball left. Ozuna says he's got it and does. There's out number 1. Base is empty. Time for a quick message from Landmark.
Because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
A 3-hit night.
Chip Carey selling his soul out on that Landmark bullshit. Here's a 5-second ad we're going to drop right in. And whenever he says no one beats the Giant, I feel like it's the Jolly Green Giant, you know, the frozen vegetable bullshit. But I guess if you live in the ATL, you know who the Giant is.
Yeah, early on when he came up, he had a tough time with lefties. Played mostly against righties, and now he's turned himself into an everyday middle of the bat lineup type of guy.
Toronto is here tomorrow. And it's upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Good news around baseball. The Phillies are back in action tonight. The Marlins are going to be back in action tomorrow after all of their COVID-related issues.
Okay.
Cardinals, though, a team that's had their series with the Detroit Tigers postponed after the Brewers series was wiped out. So they'll have a lot of games to make up as well. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lifted toward left. Another chance for Ozuna. Backpedaling, turned the wrong way, but recovered at the track. And that's out number 2. Beautiful night in Atlanta. After a heavy downpour, it turned out to be an 80-degree evening. And as we look inside Truist Park on the live cam brought to you by Xfinity. What a
It's
gorgeous
one
night.
empty stadium. Huh.
And glad you are with us around the Southeast on Fox Sports South. Here's Pete Alonso. 3 walks and a ground out.
It sounded like, as far as COVID and MLB, that some of the teams are coming back.
That's one thing right there for Ozuna.
They had their games postponed, so
Even if you make
maybe it's still 50-50.
a judgment where like that he had to kind of speed turn and spin around, you still have plenty of time to catch the ball. Nick credits EY talking to him a lot about moving back a little bit.
Fastball, swing and a
when you
miss.
get older or you're not as quick as you used to be, being able to come in on the ball is what you want. It's a lot easier. And the way the ball flies these days.
No kidding. 0-2 pitch. And Alonso, another swing and a miss.
Strikeout.
So that'll probably be his last swing in Atlanta this year.
Scoreboard
7-2,
operator had the
middle
wrong
of the
pitch
8th.
count. Braves starting to run out of time as we head to the bottom of the 8th. A long way to go and a short. They don't got much time. All right, more play-by-play reactions straight ahead. The Bone Crusher Show is sponsored in part by the Poultry King and TreasureHunt.ga. Is that a tip jar? Don't slam the tip jar. Yeah, just another feature we're testing out. So I don't know what happens when can you click on that? What does that even do? What is that? It's supposed to be a tip jar alert. I'm not sure exactly how that even works. The fun never stops.
Helped off the field after he broke toward the first base bag on a ground ball. We hope to have an update before we leave air, either during the game broadcast or on Braves Live presented by Xfinity.
Yeah, what
Here's
Chip is
Jared
talking about
Hughes.
is Soroka hurt himself in the 3rd inning trying to cover first base. Tweaked himself really bad. He could be done for this season, but we are underway here in the bottom of the 8th. Braves batting. Ozuna is hitting. And Hughes is pitching. A-Bomb says we had 5 watching in the chat box. That's big time now on the side channel. Well, if the Braves can get a couple here, I bet we might start seeing some folks show up. Now, I don't know how that works because I've noticed, like, right when the game is over, people, like, I'll get a little boost of people show up right at the end of a game. Like, well, it just ended, then all of a sudden people show up. Are they seeing these scores or something on their phone and saying, oh, I got to go find this? And they miss it? You know, why did I get a big hunk of people right after it's over? It's like you're all late. What are you doing? How does that work? 2-2 to Azuna. Full count. Three-two pitch. Walk. No, I don't know, Obama. If you go to the Bone Crusher channel and unsubscribe and resubscribe, maybe the graphic will come on again. I don't. I think graphics. Well, there's some events that'll trigger some bullshit graphics like that, like donations. Producer Beth is checking for updates on the Soroka injury. He is confirmed with a leg injury. Thank you, Producer Beth. It's Matt Adams. Count 0-1 to Matt. That's low. All right. Adams 0 for 3 on the night. Nobody out. Stay out of a double play. Matt Adams. He's going to make good contact, but he's going to hit into a double play. Thank you, Matt Adams. So that is a bummer. It was pretty good contact. He hit it sharply, but Travis d'Arnaud, 2 for 3, the homer tonight. He takes a strike there. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Braves in a huge hole here. In the dirt, 1-2. Things are looking rough for the Braves. Swing and a miss, and that is a strikeout for Hughes. That will end the 8th. Dozier will be batting next for the Mets. Hard to stomach. Hard to stomach. I don't know what graphic I want to show next. How about we'll start from the beginning, go to break number 1. One more inning to go. The Bone Crushers Show, sponsored by TreasureHunt.ga.
Horses and chickens, everything at your farm, getting your exercise.
That's it, and foul balls, because it's just, me
you.
and Ronald Acuna out here.
Dozier pops it up, and Ozzie will move to shallow center and puts the squeeze on that. Dayton has been excellent in relief, and Dozier's retired for out number 1. J.D. Davis is the batter, an infield hit for him in the 4th. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, Swanson, Camargo, and Ender are scheduled. Mets have a 5-run lead.
Yeah, they don't have anybody warming up down there in the pen, so I'm guessing Hughes is coming back, but I'm guessing one guy gets on, we might see Lugo up quick.
No balls and a strike. And up and away. Even count.
There with Rusin coming in to get Soroka. Besides him, though, with Jackson and now Dayton, I mean, they're just continuing the nice run of the bullpen, coming in, throwing strikes.
Yeah, Braves bullpen has the 2nd best walks per 9-inning ratio in the major leagues, as another pop up softly hit by Davis to right, and that's the 2nd out. Only the St. Louis Cardinals have been better than the Braves. Quick message time, this time from Racetrack.
A loaded hot dog and a coffee.
One more out to get, and it's Ryan Cordell. Almost 100 games with the White Sox last year. 5 up, 5 down for Grant Dayton. And strike after strike. Boy, that is such a luxury for the Braves, who've allowed just 1 run this year from the 8th inning on all season.
Yeah, he's got that curve working tonight, too. He's getting it over at any point.
So when you get down to the Braves after 5 or 6 innings, the way they're pitching, that is a big assignment to try to come back and tie or beat them, which we hope continues tomorrow night.
And as we talked earlier about him, we haven't even added Will Smith to the party.
Hopefully that'll come before the Braves leave Atlanta. No guarantees, but certainly the Braves, Jeff, were encouraged by what Will was able to accomplish in the cages today.
Yeah, I guarantee he's begging to come on.
A ball and 2 strikes for Ryan Cordell. 2 outs in the 9th. And that's upstairs. 2-2. After we finish that series with Toronto, as I mentioned, the Braves go to Philadelphia, go to New York to play the Yankees for 2, have an off day, and then 3 days in Miami. They return home August 17th for the Nationals. Pitch is popped up first base side. Freddie gives chase, may have a play and does, but he waffled it and it drops into the dugout. And new life for Cordell. You almost never see Freddie do that.
I was just about to say that pretty much sums up the night right there, because you never see Freddie do that.
So now Dayton's got to build the adrenaline back up and pick up Freddie Freeman here with a 2-2 count. And they are going to charge Freeman with an error on that play. I think that's a fair call. He had it, hit him right in the glove.
And that's why I do love Freddie the way I do, because it's going to bug him. I'm telling you.
Oh, he's mad.
In a game like this, you know, though most people, whatever. But
Dayton picks him up with a swing and a miss by Cordell. 6 up, 6 down for Grant. Last chance for the Braves. 7-2 New York.
All right, getting ready for the bottom of the 9th already. I heard what might have been an event, maybe a bomb triggered event there. I didn't see it, and I looked at the screen, and it was kind of choppy, but thank you very much. Down by 5. Can we do it? Can we come back?
Baseball independent league, and he's coming back throwing 95, 96, and been a huge part of that bullpen. So congrats to him.
Yeah.
First win in over 5 years.
I don't know if they treat a guy that has that long of an interlude between wins the same way they treat a guy after he gets his first win, but they might have.
Yeah, if you were allowed to, I guarantee that'd have been a beer shower for him last night. He deserved every bit of it.
No doubt. So we head to the 9th. Dansby Swanson leads off.
All right, Swanson. Hungry Man Dinners. Nice story there on Maztec. Matzek. Hughes still pitching for the Mets. Fouled off. 0-2 quickly to Dansby. Not a save situation. Now I will update the sub count there on the screen, but you'll also notice a meter above my head, which is basically the same thing, except it's completely automated. Outside 1-2. But I am going to manually go in and adjust the manual subscriber box. Now that seems laborious all of a sudden. There, now it says 4:13 as Dansby strikes out. So one away in the bottom of the ninth. That's ugly.
No matter how hot you are, what you've been playing, you're going to have nights like this. And, you know, Dansby, come back tomorrow, get your work in, get 2 hits.
Yohan Camargo. Outside 1-0.
As Camargo, 1 for 3 on the night.
1-0 pitch outside 2-0 to Camargo.
Well, you know more than many.
2-0 pitch gets over for a strike.
Well, you wouldn't know it. Thanks. On this Monday night, as Hughes ready for his 21st pitch.
There's another strike. 2-2 to Camargo.
You don't have to throw 100 miles an hour. It certainly helps.
Yeah, I was going to say, DeGrom's proof that it helps, but like you said, you got to be able to hit spots.
Come on, Camargo. High fastball. He checked his swing. Full count.
Full count. All help would be appreciated. With Ender next.
Camargo digs in. Here comes the pitch. Outside, and that's a walk.
Walk issued by Hughes. This one to the 8th place hitter. And here is Ender Inciarte. Fans, the Delta Club is a premium, all-inclusive, and climate-controlled space. So close to the action on the field. Includes 2021 All-Star Game access. Limited memberships are available. Go to braves.com/premium.
And I don't have to use Streamlabs OBS. Turns out I can get these things to appear. It's still their account I have to have. There's a strike. 0-1 to Inciarte. So I don't know if I'm going to stick with Streamlabs OBS. There's a lot of stuff I like about it. I just hate going through it and tweaking the settings over and over again. You know, it took so long to get OBS doing what I wanted. That chopper is going to go right back to the pitcher, who flips it to first in time for out number 2. Camargo goes to second. So the Braves looking for 5 runs. They need some real 2-out lightning here as they face a loss after a 5-game winning streak. Acuna batting .227 with 1 home run and 4 RBIs. I want to thank our moderator Abom for sticking around. And I don't know if what's his name? What was his name? Diet Pepsi? What was the guy's name that was in here? I forget. 1-0 to Acuna. Now when the game is over and I go, I think I set it up, but there's some stuff I set up. But anyway, when I go to the end, the stream is over screen, it should roll credits of all the like subscribers and donators and that kind of thing. But I didn't really test it out like I did the subscriber event. That's strike 1-1 to Acuna. So stick around after the game for potential credits. 1-1 pitch. In the dirt and away. 2-1. Now when I'm watching a bad movie and riffing it, or I'm watching a riff show, I like it when they riff on the credits. You can actually make fun of a movie just with their credits. A really bad movie, I mean, often I've looked at